Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available February 20th, 2025. The album. The soundtrack to the Trisha Paytas tour. The album, Dad, Shimmy, Shimmy, AM. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, I am. Boost. How are you guys doing today? Okay, I just have to tell you, the journey that I have gone on to make this video today, it has been literally a walk down memory lane today. It is just, where I have gone to make this video today, I thought this would be such an easy video to make. So a couple days, well, I guess it was like 2 days ago, I started getting all these direct messages from people, and they're like, did you know that Trisha Paytas is going on tour and she's coming to Indianapolis? Okay, so for those of you that do not know, hi, I'm Peter Monn, and I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. I have lived here since I was 4 years old. I was born in Chicago, and then we moved here. Anyway, I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Why anybody would come here on tour is beyond me. But anyway, so I live in Indianapolis, and also, if you don't know who I am, I have extensively covered Trisha Paytas since my inception as a drama channel. I mean, I literally think she was probably like my third or fourth video that I ever did over here. And in fact, I can remember, Scooby-Doo, I can remember the very first video that I did about her. I don't think I've ever gone back and like watched it back, but if I remember correctly, it was me talking about her video, Showtime, okay? Or some other music video of hers, and I was like, who is she making these extensive music videos for? Like, I didn't understand it. I didn't get it, right? And I was like, I don't understand who she's making these extensive music videos for. Like, who is watching them? And that was my first video. No, I think that must have been before Showtime, because Showtime came out, and then I just was, like, mesmerized. I was absolutely mesmerized, you know? And then I was a Trisha Paytas super fan. And I had found Trisha Paytas actually through Gigi Gorgeous. It was years before that. Gigi Gorgeous was like in LA visiting. It was long before she lived in LA. And they like went bra shopping, and then they were like having lunch at the Ivy and stuff like that. And that was how I was introduced to Trisha Paytas, was actually through Gigi Gorgeous. And I don't know, that was probably a couple years before I ever even got on YouTube or something like that. But then I turned into Trisha Paytas super fan, and, you know, made some videos about Trisha Paytas, and Trisha Paytas reached out to me. Then Trisha Paytas introduced me to Shane Dawson. Then Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas were shouting me out. And that was kind of like the early days of me doing drama over here. And at that time, Trisha Paytas was somebody that, I don't know if she still does or not, but she very, very much kept up with the drama channels. I mean, she knew everything that was going on with, I mean, she had like met with Sanders Kennedy in New York City, and she watched all Karina Kaboom's videos. I mean, she was like watching the drama very, very closely back in the day. In fact, I went in and I was like reading through some of our text messages from way back in the day. We used to text each other a lot, and I was reading it, and she was like mentioning to me like Karina Kaboom videos, and she actually, it was like one video, and she was like, I'm loving this Karina Kaboom video. She's like the only one standing up for me and stuff like that. I have to say it's interesting in retrospect. You know, I've gone back in time, and I have read several of my text conversations with these influencers, and it's interesting when I think about the people that I have like messaged in the past, and many of them. And I'm just going to be completely fair and objective in this video. If you like it, you like it. If you don't. People like, this is the thing, right? And I learned this probably my first year going into doing Trisha Paytas videos. Trisha Paytas is probably, other than like Amberlynn Reid, one of the most polarizing people on YouTube. I mean, absolutely one of the most polarizing people. If you say something good about her, all the Trisha Paytas haters, they come for you. And they're like, you never mention anything that she's done wrong, even though I've made countless videos of things that she's done wrong, right? If you say anything that she's done wrong, all the Trisha Paytas, the Trishy's Fishies, the lovers come for you, and they're like, you're always like so hard on Trisha. So you really can't win, in all honesty, of covering Trisha Paytas at all. You have to kind of just play middle of the road. But then that's not any fun, because Trisha Paytas is a total polarizing figure on YouTube, right? And so she does these outrageous things, and it's not fun to report on if you're just going to play middle of the road. Interestingly enough, when I was going through my text messages with her today, it was like, I can remember having, I mean, we had a lot of phone conversations too, and she would always be like, no, just, you know, make the video, that's what you do, you're a drama channel. And in my text messages, it was like that too. I can remember saying like, I saw some of the text messages where I'd be like, do you care if I make a video about this? And she'd be like, no, not at all, make a video about it. I don't ask nobody if I'm gonna make a video about him anymore. I just want to make that clear. I don't talk to any influencers. I don't ask them if for approval. I used to ask Amberlynn Reed back in the day. I'd be like, girl, do you care if I make this video? You know, because sometimes it would be like touchy subjects. And I mean, that was like the early days of drama. I think this was kind of like one of the things that we forget is that when I started doing drama in 2016, it was pretty innocent drama. Like, it was like literally like somebody rolling their eyes at a meet and greet or something like that. I mean, it wasn't like hardcore drama. I mean, over the years, it has gotten very, very dark. To the point where, like, if you're not going to cover that stuff, nobody's going to watch your channel. So you have to cover that stuff. Plus, I think it's important to have those conversations. But back in the day, I used to ask, and so did my drama channel colleagues. I mean, I can remember all of us being like, somebody would say, oh, I asked so-and-so, I asked Jeffrey if he cared if I made this video, I asked James if I could. I mean, we all did that back in the day. None of us do that today. We don't ask approval to make videos today. I'm not asking anybody. But what I was going to say was, it's interesting, and when I was reading through her text messages, because one of the things that I forgot was that a lot of the people, I mean, I've talked about this a lot about how manipulative people have been behind the scenes. Like, how manipulative. I mean, Jeffree Star is hands down the most manipulative person behind the scenes. Like, I've shared this a lot, that he would like text message me like a tweet that like James Charles had put up like 2 minutes later. I hadn't even been on Twitter like that day, and he'd be like, are you going to let him get away with this? I mean, he was constantly feeding information to us, wanting us to make videos about certain things. Shane Dawson was similar, but like, I would say more kind of like he kind of hid about it, you know, like he wouldn't just come right out and say it. James Charles and Jeffree Star, I mean, they were in the same boat. James Charles and Jeffree Star would like, I mean, I can remember getting like direct messages from before we started texting James Charles. I mean, I haven't talked to James Charles in years, where he would say like, I can't, and the title would be something like, James Charles went off again. And he'd be like, this title is disgusting. And he would like text that to me or something, you know. And Shane Dawson, I can remember when I came out and said that I didn't feel like he held Tana Mojo accountable for TanaCon. And he'd like text message me or something. And he was like, nobody has let me shine on YouTube for years and years and years. And now you're finally like, I'm finally getting my day in the sun and you're coming for me. It was like such bullshit, right? But you know who the one person is that has like never like asked me to make a video, suggested that I make a video, it never cared either way, was Trisha Paytas. I mean, she really didn't. Trisha Paytas was, I mean, and I'm not stupid, okay? Like, I mean, she never was manipulative with me and things like that. You know, we got into some issues years ago, okay, about a video that I had made, and I stand by that video, and I'm sure she stands by her stance today, too. She's apologized to me for that, and I apologize to her. I haven't talked to her in years. So, that goes without saying. But it was interesting when I was, like, reading through the text messages, I was like, Trisha Paytas, and I will say this, and I've said this before, too, that Trisha Paytas was somebody that was very, very aware of her fans in a way that I don't know that I think the other influencers were. Like, I can remember Trisha and I talking about certain people that, like, she knew them specifically that watched their videos. And, like, she would say, like, oh, yeah, she's watched my videos for, like, 4 years, and she reaches out to me all the time. I mean, she knew these people. She knew her fans. Trisha Paytas has been somebody that's always been very aware of her fans. Now, Trisha Paytas has done a lot of shitty stuff, too, and I've covered the shitty stuff that she has done. But today we're not talking about that. Today we're talking about, well, I mean, if it comes up in it, we'll talk about it. But today we're talking about Trisha Paytas going on tour. So that's what I was saying, is like, where this video went today, as far as like me coming up with this video. So it just like went in all these different directions that I did. I mean, I have my book right here that I wrote in 2014 because it comes into play. I didn't even think that it was going to go in the direction that it did. So a couple days ago, 2 days ago or something like that, whenever the announcement came out, I think like as I'm speaking right now, I have her podcast up, because I wanted to look up like her website. The website wouldn't go live. I couldn't get it off of like the premiere of her video until like the video started playing. So her podcast is currently like playing. It's like live right now. And this is the one where she says Taylor Swift sues Trisha, and I'm sure she's assuming, or she's insinuating that she's being sued by Taylor Swift, which I'm sure she's not, about the name of her tour, because her tour is called, hold on a second, let me pull this up. It's called the Trisha Paytas, the Eras Trish Tour, and I'll put it up here somewhere like that, but you can see that it's all like, it looks like the coloring is like, you know, very much like the Taylor Swift Eras Tour and stuff like that, and she called it the Eras of Trish Tour. You know, Trisha Paytas has been somebody that's always, she's always been a parody of other people, so it doesn't surprise me that she does that. I think it's actually kind of funny that she called it that. I'm sure some of the Swifties out there are absolutely going crazy, but I think it's kind of funny that she did it. Honestly, I think it's very on brand for Trisha to do to call it what'd she call it? The Eras of Trish tour. I think it's very on brand for her. I mean, she's done a lot of that in the past. I mean, she does cosplay on her podcast and stuff like that. So anyway, people were reaching out to me and they're like, it was interesting, the comments or the messages I got. Half the people were like, oh my God, you should go see her and her tour when she comes to Indianapolis. And the other half of people were like, be very, very careful. I made a joke about it in my video yesterday about whether I was going to go or not. And people were like, Adam McIntyre went to her show in New York, and a lot of people were really cruel to Adam. And apparently Adam McIntyre had people being nasty to him at the show. And apparently, I guess some people, I didn't watch Adam's coverage of it. He did a video about it. But apparently people came up to him and whispered or said to him as they walked by him stuff like Team Colleen and things like that. First of all, I think it's so fucked that you are Team Colleen, but you're at a Trisha Paytas show. Trisha Paytas is a victim of Colleen Ballinger, too. So maybe pick a side. The fact that we live in a world where Adam McIntyre is an obvious victim of Colleen Ballinger, and you would feel okay to say to a victim of somebody like that their teams, I mean, this is not a competition, okay? This is not sports. This is not, this isn't a team kind of play here. It's not like Twilight, the books, okay? It's not like, your Team Edward or Team Jacob. I mean, that's so fucking cruel that somebody would do that anyway. And I love that, Adam showed up and probably knew that he might get some of that anyway. I ain't afraid of all that, okay? Listen, if somebody wants to come up to me and be like, you're so fucking cruel with Trisha Paytas, she wants to call me out on stage, whatever, okay? But we'll get to whether or not I'm going to the tour here in just a second. So anyway, people are reaching out to me. I appreciate everybody being real worried about Peter Monn, that the people are going to be mean to me at a Trisha Paytas show. I'm a little bit more concerned about some other things that are going on in the world, other than if I'm going to be treated cruelly at a Trisha Paytas show. I just want to make that clear, first of all. But anyway, so people were sending that to me, and I was like, Trisha Paytas is going on tour. And so I looked it up, and we're actually, I think, the first city. I have 4 different tabs pulled up here, so let me, hold on a second. I think we're the first city. Okay, hold on, that's Butler University. Okay, so here the tour dates are. So she's going on tour. The tour starts, where are the tour dates? Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on a second. Where are the tour dates? The tour dates. Okay. So, no, February 3rd, she's at St. James Theater in New York City, but that's her, one night on Broadway kind of show is what she's doing. Then February 20th, she's coming to, I think I counted, hold on a second. You know what I should do while I'm sitting here doing this is I'll just go, because it has the date straight down if you go off of her description box. Hold on, let me turn the volume down. I don't want to turn her live. Why is it not coming up? Hold on a second. Okay. It's not letting me go to the link. I don't know why. Anyway, oh, here it is. Okay, so tour tickets. If you go underneath her podcast, you can buy tour tickets for all the dates. And it links you to Outback. Hold on, it's called Outback Presents. And it says on here, Trisha Paytas, and it has the poster for the tour, which is very pretty. And I think it counted there's 26 dates or something like that. The first one is February 20th, Indianapolis, then Detroit, Toronto, Denver, Salt Lake City, Seattle, Washington, Sugar Land, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Tysons, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Cleveland, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, Charlotte, North Carolina, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chicago, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Portland, Oregon, Phoenix, Arizona, Sacramento, California, San Jose, California, Austin, Texas, Kansas City, Missouri, Chesterfield, Missouri, Nashville, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's kind of interesting to me. Her dates are kind of all over the place when I was looking at it. So a lot of people were talking, I guess, if people are complaining about the ticket prices. I actually looked on here. Hold on a second. Well, I have to get out of this to go into my saved things. But a lot of people are complaining about the ticket prices. I actually looked up the ticket prices for Indianapolis, and they're not expensive, you guys. I think people are complaining about the meet and greets and the VIPs, which we'll get to in just a second. Here's the thing, right? I don't think we talk about this often, but with influencers, when you go to see an influencer, on tour, if you're going to go see an influencer or a RuPaul's Drag Race, queen or something like that, to go, I would say even more so an influencer, to go and just pay the $50 to go to see the show, most of these people, like, I think Trisha Paytas probably puts on a show. She probably puts on a show. But the reality is, to see most of these people, if you're not going to get a meet and greet, like, really, what's the point? Like, you follow these people online. I mean, like, I'm just being completely honest from, like, an objective point of view of being somebody that's watched a lot of influence for years and years and years. If my husband came home tomorrow, I'm trying to think of somebody that I love. Oh, Thumbelina the Squirrel. Okay, I love Thumbelina the Squirrel. If Thumbelina was going on tour tomorrow and she was going to do a show for 2 hours, which I can't even imagine what a show would be with a squirrel on stage for 2 hours, but I would go and pay my $50 to go see that. But if Alex was like, do you want to go see Thumbelina the Squirrel, and the tickets are $50, or you can pay $300 for a VIP, I would pay the $300. What's the point in going to see your favorite influencer if you're not going to get the meet and greet? Like, that's what I don't understand, right? So really, when you're looking at ticket prices, it's kind of not really fair to just look at, like, what a ticket is to stand in the aisle, you know, or to stand in the audience. Like, now, I know Colleen Ballinger, at her last tour, ticket prices were going down to, like, as low as $10. She couldn't sell the fuck out of those things, right? So anyway, but I mean, I think it's kind of unfair, like, to compare it. Like, people are like, in my DMs, people are comparing it to, like, well, what did you pay for Stevie Nicks? Well, I think I paid like $600 a ticket to go see Stevie Nicks. Okay, what would I have paid for a meet and greet to meet Stevie Nicks? Well, meet and greets with musicians are different. They're usually backstage passes, and you pay outrageous. Now, I know that my friend Melissa, she and her husband have paid, and it's $3,000 a person, or that's what it used to be. And they've met Lady Gaga like 2 or 3 times. And it's $3,000 a person. You literally shake her hand or hug her, and there's like bodyguards standing around there. You meet her, and you get a picture with her, and that's it. It's like that. I don't even know if you get a picture. I think she got a picture one time, and it's like that quick, and you pay $3,000 for it. And I don't even know if that includes your ticket price with it, okay? The one thing about Lady Gaga's meet and greets that Melissa told me was that all of her, I don't think she's been doing meet and greets. Melissa said something to me recently about she's not doing meet and greets anymore since I think the lockdown and all that. So she's not doing meet and greets anymore. But all of her proceeds from the meet and greets went to charity. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that Lady Gaga, all of her meet and greet proceeds went to charity, which I think is fantastic. So anyway, I mean, that's like, I'm not paying $3,000 to see Stevie Nicks. I mean, I love Stevie Nicks, but I'm not paying $3,000 to meet Stevie Nicks, you know? For me, it was a lot to pay $600 to go to see Stevie Nicks. But I was like, if I'm going to go see her, and I don't know that she'll ever tour again, like, I want to pay good money. And that was this summer, and I'm so glad I did. We had great seats, and it was fantastic. But even for me, that was a lot of money. Now, we go to music festivals, Ultra Music Festival every year. I mean, what we pay for a VIP ticket is like, it's fucking outrageous, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it, right? But when you're going to see like an influencer, I think it's not fair to compare it to like a musician, because I don't think that most people would pay the outrageous amounts of money to go and meet like a musician. I wouldn't, most people, you know, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't even expect to. I don't even know in the last, you know, God, when did I start going to concerts? When I was like 14 or something like that. I don't think in the last, God, I'm aging myself, 40 years of my life that I'm 52, I'm not 54, but not that it makes a difference. But I don't know that I've ever once, like, maybe I mean, I've met musicians, but I don't know that I've ever, like, thought, like, we're getting the meet and greets for that, unless they were really low. I mean, I can't even, you know, but when you're doing, so it's not really a fair comparison, because when you're going to meet, like, a RuPaul's Drag Race queen, or, like, BravoCon, or something like that, like, I would definitely pay for VIP at BravoCon so I can meet the housewives and go through. Why would you go? I mean, like, so you can sit in a panel? I mean, I know that, like, money is tough and stuff like that, but if you're gonna go, like, if I was gonna go to BravoCon, I mean, I've heard people that went to BravoCon. I've talked to, like, Emily Baker goes every year. We talked about meeting up this year. You know, I know a lot of the people that go to BravoCon, and they're like, Dakota Wright told me the same thing. They're like, it's not organized well, and if you don't go to get the VIP package, it's really rather pointless. You stand in line for hours. And so no, you know, so if you're going to go to like BravoCon, or you're going to go to like a RuPaul's Drag Race show, we did go to a RuPaul's Drag Race show here in town, and we did do the meet and greet, and the meet and greet was weird. I don't know if they've changed, but we were literally like in a bar in the, like, behind the venue. It was at the Murat in Indianapolis, and it was like, if there were like 8 of them in the show, they all kind of just came in at the same time, and like 2 of them sat at tables and signed autographs and took pictures, and the rest of them looked real bothered. And that was kind of the meet and greet, and that was like the first tour they ever did. I think the Meet the Queens tour or whatever, that was years and years and years ago. But if you're going to meet an influencer, like if you're going to go to Trisha's show, I mean, it's one thing to sit in the audience. It's another thing you want to meet Trisha if you love her that much that you're going to the show. So I think then it comes into question like the VIP packages. I think the other thing is how many people can they honestly meet? You know, like if you're going to do VIP packages or meet and greets, the reasons why the meet and greets or the VIP packages are more expensive is because it's not like she can meet 3,000 people. She can't do that, you know? It's not like she's doing like a book signing at a book fair where she's just like people are coming up and she's signing her books. I mean, she's meeting people. She's talking to Trisha. I know Trisha Paytas, like I knew her well enough in the past, and I don't think she's changed that much, that Trisha Paytas is not somebody that's going to be like, okay, come up, take a picture, move on. Like, she's going to want to talk to people and get to know them. I mean, she loves her fans. I do know that about Trisha. She loves her fans. So she's going to want to spend a couple minutes with each person that comes through. So the price of the meet and greet is going to have to be high. And I'm not making, like, excuses for her. I do think that her meet and greet prices are rather high. But I understand it too. Like, I get it. If I were gonna go to see, you know, one of these influencers, if I cared that much about him, like Thumbelina the Squirrel, I would definitely pay the money for a meet and greet. If I had it, if I had the money. If I didn't have the money, then no, I'd be sitting in the audience is what I would do, you know? But if I had the money, like, yeah, I would definitely buy the meet and greet. But, you know, I think, like, that's the difference between influencers is, like, first of all, they're going on tour because, I mean, I was like, what is Trisha going to do? Sing some songs? I actually think it would be smarter for Trisha to bring, like, Oscar along with her and for them to do, like, a live podcast on stage and for her to ask the audience, like, what do you want us to talk about? The problem with that is, okay, is that if you watch Trisha's podcast, she edits it so fine that she cuts a lot out, okay? Trisha cuts a lot out of her podcast of things that she has said that she doesn't want to say. Trisha Paytas is somebody that, like, has wings on her tongue. Like, she says stuff and then wants to pull it right back, right? That's why there's a lot of edits and jump cuts in her podcast. So she's on a live stage and they say, hey, what do you think about David Dobrik? And she starts going off with the mouth. Okay, well, somebody's out there recording it. Even if they say no, like, recording devices, somebody's out there recording it. So it's going to be caught, you know what I mean? So it's going to have to be a very planned show. I actually think that would be a really cute show, is for her to take her podcast on the run. You know, like, what's the podcast I love back in the day that, My Favorite Murder, those two women, that they would do, like, they would go on tour, but they would do a podcast when they were on tour. I think that's genius. I think people love the Just Trish podcast so much that if she took Oscar on tour with her, and maybe that's going to be part of it. I don't know. You know, I don't know what the tour, it doesn't really say a whole lot about what the tour is and all that kind of stuff. Hold on a second. It's timing me out because I haven't purchased tickets on the website yet. So when I went and I looked at the tickets, I was kind of surprised because the ticket prices for Indianapolis range in price, it looks like from here, from like $52 to $76 for the best seats in the house. Maybe I'm $77, 80. Oh, I guess it goes up to 84, 80. Let me go way down and see. Oh, now we're up to $100, 103, 104, 108, 115. I guess it goes up. Oh, okay, maybe it does go up a lot further than that. But you can get tickets. Oh, $259. For what? Where are the 259? It says they're good. It doesn't say they're great. 312? Oh my God, maybe these tickets do go up. Who is paying $1,500 to go see Trisha Paytas? No. Well, I just want to see how real this is. Because you can, okay, so the venue that it's at is at Clowes Hall, which we'll get to in just a second. Because I was blown away that it's at Clowes Hall, okay? So I'm going to hit on this button that says 76. You're on the main floor of Clowes Hall. The main floor of Clowes Hall, you're in a chair, okay? The chair is attached to the ground. It's not like a movable space. So you're on a chair looking at her. Like, you're looking probably at 10 feet in the air. So anything on the main floor would be a great seat. And it says $76. So I want to see if that's true. $76. Okay, 2 tickets together, $77 each. It says amazing. So here you go. Yeah. Continue. 2 tickets together. Row DD. So I don't know why the tickets are going up that much. You have 10 minutes to complete your purchase. Start. Your price is locked. Okay. Yeah. Row DD. 2 tickets together. They're fantastic tickets. For $77 each, I don't think that's bad for Trisha Paytas. I don't think that's bad at all, honestly. And I'm telling you right now that the main floor at Clowes Hall is like... like, that's where all the musicals come. Like, all the traveling musicals come to Clowes Hall. There's been, like, a lot of musicians. I think Sting was there and stuff like that. If you're talking about, like, row DD, I mean, what are you, the 30th row or something like that? I mean, you're talking about the 30th row on the main floor looking right at her, front and center. I mean, those are pretty good seats for $77. I don't think that that's too high, okay? Now, let me tell you about Clowes Hall for a second. When I saw it, I was like, what venue is she coming to in Indianapolis? Because people were just sending me that she was coming on the 20th. So I was like, what venue is Trisha Paytas coming to the 20th? So I looked it up, and I saw that she was coming to Clowes Hall. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Seriously, she's at Clowes Hall? I mean, there are some places in Indianapolis, like, that, I mean, there are some great venues. Like, a lot of musicians come to, I mean, if you're a huge musician, like, on the level of, like, Taylor Swift, you're going to come to, like, Lucas Oil, you know, Stadium, or, you know, the field downtown. I can't remember. It's where, like, you know, the Pacers play and the Colts play and stuff like that. That's where, like, all the huge musicians come to. In the summertime, it's, I don't even know what it's called anymore, Clips or something like that. But baby, I always call it Deer Creek, okay? Because I was a Grateful Dead fan. And so, we'll always call it, or if you're a Dave Matthews fan, you'll always call it Deer Creek, because that's where the Deer Creek shows were. Deer Creek is where my high school graduation was in 1990. It's out in Noblesville, Indiana. And it's an outside pavilion. Obviously, in February, you're not going to have an outside pavilion. But, like, if Taylor Swift came in the summer, she would probably come to Deer Creek. Well, maybe. I don't know if it's as big as, like, Lucas Oil State. Probably not. Well, did she come in the summer? She came in, I think oh, she's not here. She didn't come here yet. How's she? Oh, she's coming in May. Oh, no, the tour's over, isn't it? Did she come here? I don't even know. Well, whenever she came here, she came downtown. Yeah, she came down here. She was here for why am I even forgetting this now? She was here for 3 days or something like that, or 2 days. But anyway, she came downtown. But, like, I think Deer Creek is not even big enough. It's like a lot of huge people come out there, but it's an outside venue and people get lawn seats and stuff like that. Then there's the fairgrounds, okay? A lot of country musicians come to the fairgrounds. Like, the fairgrounds kind of like low budget, country music stars, things like that, for the state fair and whatever. But they do like a whole country thing out there. Big country singers come out there to the state fair. Then there is the Murat, okay? And the Murat is where a lot of people come. Like, a lot of big musicians come. But it's also, like, where a lot of, like, unique musicians come. Like, you know, like, I mean, like, if, I'm trying to think of, like, back in the day, like, bands that I used to listen to, they come there. I think, like, the National was just there. There's a lot of, like, really, like, the cool bands come and play at the Murat. But it's huge, too. It's big, too. And they have several different stages in there. A lot of musicals have come to the Murat as well. Clowes Hall, so then there's a Circle Theater that's on the Circle, and it's where, like, the symphony plays and stuff like that. It's a big thing, but, like, they do plays and musicals there as well. But then there's Clowes Hall, okay? Clowes Hall is kind of classy, honestly. I was kind of blown away. It's on the campus of Butler University. And I was kind of blown away. I was like, she's playing at Clowes Hall? Like, this is where, like, if you live in Indianapolis, and, like, if Hamilton was on tour, I think Hamilton, if they came, I think they came to the Murat. But they may have come to Clowes Hall. I don't know. But, like, a lot of musicals come to Clowes Hall. Like, I mean, it's pretty classy. There's a lot of shit they do there that's, like, a lot of shit that's real classy. But it is. I was kind of blown away. I thought she'd be at really some small venue. It is a massive venue, okay, you guys? I mean, not massive, like, 10,000, 20,000. Well, I don't know how many people Clowes Hall has. But, I mean, it's not like where Taylor Swift played. But it's a huge venue, okay? I mean, it's a huge theater. And it's a gorgeous theater. And, I mean, it's a huge stage. And it's, like, all seats. Like, I mean, it looks like the Oscars. It's all seats, like, in the ground. It's tiered. I mean, there's boxes around on the second floor. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's absolutely beautiful. But what was funny to me was that all these people are like, I was like, she's at Clowes Hall. So this brings into my book, okay? Just to put this in perspective. So I was like, this is so crazy, the connections of Trisha Paytas, okay? This is going to stop in 2 minutes, so hold on just a second. Okay, so this is kind of crazy, the connections of Trisha Paytas, right? So I'm like looking through text messages, reading back on Trisha Paytas' text messages. I'll get to the reason why in just a second. But when I saw that it was at Clowes Hall, I was like, this is so weird, the connections of Trisha Paytas through the years, right? So in 2014, I wrote a young adult novel called The Before, Now, and After Then by Peter Monn. There's my picture on the back, okay? Now, this book is no longer in print. Do not try to buy it. Don't buy it on Amazon. I don't get any of the money. It's a waste of money. I think it's listed like something like $800 or something like that on Amazon. Several years ago on my booktube channel called Peter Likes Books, I read the entire book in segments, okay, for anybody to read or anybody wanted to hear it. I read it myself. I read like 2 chapters at a time. It's on a playlist over on my booktube channel. So if you want to listen to the book or you have any interest in the book whatsoever, do not buy it. I mean, you can buy it online if you want to, but you're going to pay outrageous amount of money, and I don't even know who's selling it anymore, okay? Because it's out of print. Because the publishing company that I was with is now out of business, and I do own the rights to this book. So when my next book comes out, which will be a cozy mystery, this book will be back in print. But anyway, so what's interesting about this book, okay, is it's a love story. It's based on a guy that I had a crush on in high school named Rusty, okay? So, and it's about a twin that his twin brother is killed. And so, what's interesting about this book is, like, immediately when I saw Clowes Hall, I thought of this book. Now, okay, I don't know about other authors. I've only written one book. Is it the most fantastic book in the world? Absolutely not. Okay, not at all. Like, I mean, am I proud that I wrote a book? 100% I'm proud that I wrote a book, you know? Like, whenever I put it down, friends of mine are like, Peter, not a lot of people have, like, written and published a book. I'm very proud that I wrote a book, you know? But at the same time, is it the greatest book in the entire world? No, it's not. But, you know, what's interesting about it is, and I don't know about this with other authors, but I forgot a lot about this book, you know? Like, I mean, I remember, like, if you asked me what the book is about, I could tell you. I don't know that I could even tell you some of the characters. Like, the bully's name in here is Pat, and I'd completely forgotten that. But when I was going through there, the reason I was going through there was because there is a scene in this book that takes place at Clowes Hall, okay? And it's actually a date that Rusty takes Danny to on, he takes them to Clowes Hall, and they have, like, so anyway, so I had to read this part to you because I had to find it. I didn't even know where it was on here, but it was so funny because I was like, I know Clowes Hall is in this book somewhere. So anyway, so it says on here, after about 20 minutes of following his directions, we pulled into the campus of Butler University. As a kid, Mom had brought me and Sam to musicals and concerts at their theater, Clowes Hall. Isn't that so funny that that's in my book? The reason why I included it in my book, for those of you that haven't heard me ever talk about my book before, is that my book has a lot to do with, I included a lot of personal memories of my life in this book. Like, there's a scene where my mom and I bury a penny, like, well, the main character buries a penny. In my real life, my mom and I put a penny in the fireplace of the house that we moved from. So there's a lot about this book that has a lot of meaning to me. When I was growing up, my mom got her master's degree at Butler University. And so, go Bulldogs. So anyway, so she would take me to Butler University a lot. And even before that, because my parents had their wedding reception at Holcomb Gardens, which is right behind Clowes Hall. So, Trisha, okay, when you are at Clowes Hall performing, I want you to think a lot about me because there's a lot of history of Peter Monn at Clowes Hall, okay, including my book. But anyway, what's interesting about this is what I was saying, that, not to make this sad, but anyway, I don't know, like, you know, I'm sure that a lot of authors remember their books. I remember bits and pieces of this book. I don't remember, like, the mother's name, the uncle's name, who's a big part of this book. I did just remember. I named it after my husband. His name's Alex. But anyway, I don't remember tons about this book. I remember, like, the sentiment and what I wrote it about in the story, and I remember how it ends, and it ends with, I Got You, Babe. The song, there's a lot of music in it, which is why there's tapes on it. But it starts with a Cure song, Boys Don't Cry. But there's, like, not a lot that I remember about it. And what was so interesting was when I was going through the book, I forgot that his boyfriend gives him a dog in the book. And he names the dog Boo Radley, which was kind of sad to me when I was reading through it because our dog Boo just passed away. And I put him in here because I wanted, you know, and people are always like, you should write a book about your dog, Boo Radley. Well, I put him in this book, and I had completely forgotten about that. So I'm kind of glad. So thank you, Trisha, for leading me down this road today. I would never have pulled out my book today. It's like it's like dusty. It's been sitting on my bookshelf. I think I only have like 2 copies of it left ever in this world. So anyway, so I thought it was interesting that she was going to be at Clowes Hall. I mean, I'm telling you right now, as somebody that's lived in Indianapolis for the majority of my life, like, it's a classy place. Like, it really is. And when I was looking at the other venues on here, I was like, she's booked some, like, I mean, this is, like, she has upgraded her tour. Like, so years and years and years ago, on another one of her tours in 2018, okay, that was when Trisha Paytas and I were talking. Trisha and I had this back and forth because she was going to be in Chicago. And I told her, I actually looked at all the text messages. Because I was like, wanting to remember exactly how it all went down. So, Trisha, I had said that, like, Alex and I were going to drive up to Chicago, and we were going to go see her show. And she was like, I'll just get you tickets. Don't even worry about it. And then I said something jokingly about doing, like, a 5-minute book bong. And she's like, oh, no, and we'll do one on my channel, too, and all this kind of stuff. This was before Trisha and I ever met. Into the video on the kitchen floor. She was very nice to me. What was interesting was she completely ghosted me. She did. I mean, we went back and forth. I don't know what was going on with her that night, but she was talking about restaurants she wanted to go to, and her and her mom were going to go see Hamilton, all this kind of stuff. I mean, listen, it is what it is, okay? I learned around that time that Trisha Paytas was making promises to about 100 people. So, and my feelings hurt. My feelings are not hurt whatsoever. So anyway, but I thought that was kind of funny, because that was in 2018, and now, what are we? We're 7 years later, and she's, like, back on tour, and people are asking me if you're going to go see her on tour. So here's the thing, okay? Let me read to you guys the VIP package, first of all, because this is what people are all up in arms about. Well, first of all, here's the thing from Butler University's website, Butler Arts and Events Center. Trisha Paytas is an American personality. She sure is. Entrepreneur and author who has amassed an audience of more than 20 million followers across platforms. I love when they do that, when they say, like when James Charles says, like, I have so many followers across all platforms, when literally, like, if somebody follows you on YouTube, they probably follow you on TikTok, Instagram, everywhere, right? So it's like, I think that's really unfair when they do that, but whatever, add them all up together. 20 million followers across platforms since the mid-2000s. She has helped shape the creator landscape, being one of the first to bubble off of YouTube. Embracing monumental life milestones, including sobriety, marriage, and motherhood, she has cultivated a newfound sense of purpose and garnered a cult-like following of adoring fans with over 2 billion views in just the last 12 months. From lifestyle vlogs and ASMR content to cosplay videos, Trisha has consistently demonstrated. I wish she would do those ASMR. Those ASMR videos were so funny. Is she still? I haven't even looked. Is she still doing them? I don't think she is. They're so funny. The ones of her in the classroom with the girl chomping her gut. Oh my god, I laughed so hard. Has consistently demonstrated her versatility and creativity across all forms of media. I mean, you talk about, like, I was talking about this in my video the other day about, like, TikTok and, like, I understand that, and I'm not going to get into the conversation. Go watch my last 2 videos about what I think about TikTok and the ban and all that kind of stuff. I'm not getting into a whole conversation. But one of the things I said in there was about, like, pivoting, being able to pivot. Obvious strength that I will give to Trisha Paytas is that she has always known how to pivot. She knows how to pivot her career into whatever direction is going to make her successful. I mean, she is very, very smart with that. Beyond her digital presence, she has expanded her reach by guest starring on more than 50 television shows and films, including The Tonight Show, America's Got Talent, Modern Family, and Celebrity Big Brother. She also created the podcast Just Trish, which has amassed over 50 million streams in its first 8 months. Celebrated for her distinctly offbeat sense of humor and unapologetic nature, I think that's fair to say, Trisha has navigated through a number of adversities in her career to emerge as a beacon of resilience and inspiration. Working with brands including Elf Cosmetics, Living Proof, Liquid Death, and SeatGeek. You didn't say the glitter box. Butler University, you didn't mention Trisha's glitter box on there. Among many others, most recently, she has been seen on Rolling Stone's pages and has been continuously covered by Entertainment Tonight, People Magazine, E! Online, Paper Magazine, and Business Insider. Okay, so for all those haters out there that want to come for me and say that I don't ever talk about what Trisha Paytas has done wrong in the world when I've done like 100 videos about it, you all can call it Butler University because that is a full of praise bio. Okay, that is a full of praise bio. So please feel free to call the Butler University Arts and Event Center and tell them about all the things that Trisha Paytas has done if you take issue with that. Okay, but I think that's a glowing bio of Trisha Paytas. And most of it is true. Okay, so anyway, where are the VIP things? Hold on just a second. Here, let me get to the VIP things. Oh my god, I had all this screenshot up. Now I can't get to... okay. So let's get into the VIP things that people are pissed about. Okay, VIP options available. Trisha Paytas Ultra VIP package. You want to guess how much it is? Na 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 na. By the way, do y'all remember when Sanders Kennedy, you guys know who Sanders Kennedy is? Sanders Kennedy was a drama channel back in the day, and he got very full of himself and started coming like full throttle for Shane Dawson, and then I don't know what happened to him anymore. People speculate that Shane Dawson sued him. I don't know if that's true. Sanders Kennedy and I never really got along that well, so I haven't reached out to him, but hey Sanders, I hope you're doing well, and wherever you are today, I hope life is treating you well. So anyway, but Sanders Kennedy set up a Patreon, okay? Here's a little secret I've never told before. You know when I said I was going to start feeding out secrets from time to time? Here's a little secret I have never told before. So Sanders Kennedy started a Patreon, okay, years ago. And it was like, you know how you have different levels of membership on Patreon? One was like $10, like exclusive, like he was going to let y'all know what the tea was going to be about or something. I don't know. $20 was you got your name in the bottom of a video or something like that. $30 was this. He had all these tiers, okay? $500. Girl, here's the secret, okay? The secret is, bitch, we laughed so fucking hard behind the scenes. I am telling you right now, I cannot even tell you how many text messages went down at the time between all us drama channels. Okay, I mean, girl, it was like, baby, can I book $500 for you to hang out on the beach? I mean, it was madness. I mean, us drama channels, I mean, it was such a good joke at that time. I don't even give a shit anymore, okay? Listen, I said 2025, it's a new fucking day. I'm gonna say some stuff over here, okay? That was such a good joke. Sanders, I want to thank you for that, okay? You kept us drama channel in stitches for months, okay? He had a tier on there for $500 that you could hang out, not for a full day, but for a half a day, possibly at the beach, or to even have a cup of coffee with Sanders Kennedy. Who, girl? Who is hanging out with, who is paying $500 to hang out with Peter Monn, okay? For a whole day, girl. That is an escort service that I wish I was part of. $500. Oh my God. Okay. But Trisha Paytas' ultra VIP package is $720. You do get a lot with it, though. Here's what you get, okay? You get a premium seat ticket. So your ticket is included in that, okay? So what I just showed you was about $100 with a ticket after everything. So now we're down to like $620, okay? You're going to hang out with Trisha in her private VIP lounge. It doesn't say with how many people. You might be in her private VIP lounge with 1,000 people. Who knows? Pre-show meet and greet with Trisha, so you get to meet Trisha, okay? Pre-show Q&A session with Trisha, so she'll sit down there, she'll do a Q&A with people and whatever, okay? One photo, I can't imagine she won't do a Q&A on her tour, or stage, too. One photo, so you get a photo with Trisha. Access to additional photos and videos taken in the VIP lounge, so you can take videos as much as you want, apparently. One commemorative VIP laminate, so you get a VIP laminate. I still have mine that says backstage pass from the two Brittany Spears tours, okay? Because our friend, for those of you that do not know, Alex used to work with this gal and was real close with this gal who did hair and makeup for all the dancers and for Brittany Spears on one of the tours, but for all the dancers for two Brittany Spears tours. So we got to go backstage. I can't say a lot about it. I had to sign an NDA. But I do have my badge. I should have brought my badge out for it. And it has my picture on it. And it says Brittany Spears. I think it was the circus tour was the first one that I got the laminate on. But it says backstage pass, VIP. Did Peter Monn go into the dressing room with Brittany Spears? I can't say I signed an NDA, but I have shared some secrets on the tour. I will say this, the way that, what are they going to do? See Peter Monn in a YouTube video? I mean, I am not afraid. Okay, that's why they should never make me a housewife, because I'm telling you right now, okay, fuck an NDA. But anyway, I was like, I'm going backstage. Oh, and I also got to dance on stage. Maybe that was the second one. To I want to go, but that wasn't part of the tour. And we didn't pay anything for it. It was our friend. She knew that we loved Britney Spears, and so she was like, oh, you want to come backstage and whatever. So she was the one that took us on the tour, and she was like, oh, here's this, and here's Britney's. I can't say if we got to see meet Britney Spears and all that kind of stuff, but if I did, she was lovely. She was absolutely lovely. And but I will tell you what I've said this before in videos, that was at the time that after she got sober, and she had a team of recovery people that traveled with her. I got to meet all those people. It was the coolest thing in the entire world. I was so impressed with that. I was so impressed of how that whole situation was handled and stuff like that. They didn't tell me I couldn't talk about that. There were certain things they told us we could not talk about, but that was not one of the things they said we couldn't talk about. So anyway, okay. I mean, baby, that was 16 years ago, something like that, okay? You know what I mean? She ain't touring today, so I think she's worried about other people having her money, not Peter Monn. Okay, you get one commemorative VIP laminate. So yes, that's very cool. I still have mine today. One autographed. Should I go get it? Okay, I'm gonna go I have to go get it. I'm telling the story. I'll go get it and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was like, I'm going to go look for this, and I'm not going to be able to find it. And then I'm just come back here on camera and be like, I can't find it. Well, I could only find one of them. I have two, and I don't know. I have, like, all these boxes in the closet. But anyway, can I just show you that? Why do we keep this shit? I have, like, every VIP ticket from Ultra Music Festival. I have all my VIP wristbands from Ultra Music Festival for like the last, I mean, this is the 25th anniversary of Ultra Music Festival, y'all, okay? We are going to be there, so, oh, is this it? No, this is Ultra Music Festival. They used to do the wristbands. Now they do like one that's like this. Now you just don't take it off like the whole weekend. So anyway, but I do have, here it is. The other one is cooler. The other one says, like, VIP backstage pass on it. This one says, very official. It says guest on it, Peter Monn. And then underneath here it says Ash, because that was our friend's, Ashley. That was our friend that worked for the tour. And then on the top here, you can see that it says, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but it says the Femme Fatale tour. This is the one it was. Femme Fatale, and it says Britney Spears right underneath there, so you can see. Look at that. It's got my picture and everything. It's got my name on it. Oh my God, I'm official! Britney Spears. Anyway, You all fake fans out there can't say the same. Anyway, okay, so let's get back to the VIP thing. People are always like, you danced on stage with Brittany Spears? Yes. If I can find the picture, I'll put it up here somewhere. You can't really see me. If I put the picture up here, here's the deal. My husband is right in front, and he thought he was going to get discovered because he was a dancer back in the day. So he thought he was going to get discovered. The Brittany Spears tour, it didn't happen. Anyway, so he's the one like that in the front. Okay, we were told just to go like this to I Want to Go. I'm on the very end with our friend. She's the blonde. I'm on the very, well, wherever it's, I'm at the very end. Brittany's over here. So she went and pulled people up off of each corner. We were like the last corner that she pulled people off of. Okay, so anyway, you get one commemorative VIP laminate. Okay, this is actually not a VIP laminate. This is like a legit, like, anyway, don't you wish. One autographed exclusive merchandise item. Hey, that's kind of fun. Glitter box. You know what? When I was at Trisha's apartment, she was so sweet to me. She literally had a stack. I'm not even lying to you guys. She had a stack of like Louis Vuitton purses like in a corner. And she goes, just take whatever you want. I go, what? She goes, I go, are you serious? And she goes, yeah, just take whatever you want. She goes, I don't even know what to do with this shit. Okay? Like, hoarder does not even explain. I will say a very organized hoarder, though. I mean, she had stuff like, I mean, purses and whatever. So we're sitting in the kitchen, and when we got done with the video, she was like, I'm serious. Like, I want you to take something from my apartment. Everybody does it. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, every time somebody comes to visit my apartment, they always take something from me. And she knew I loved those Starbucks cups back in the day. And so she gave, like, she had one that was blinged out for her and all pink, and she gave it to me. And it was very nice. I still have it downstairs. So thank you. Oh, I should have used it for this video today. Anyway, that was one of the things I was going to say. It was like, you know, when I was like looking through my text messages today of like talking to her, it was like such the early innocent days of drama channels. I wish like, I really think, like, some of us, like, it would be so fun to get us, like, OG drama channels together and, like, just do, like, a panel. I know nobody would care. I know nobody cares. It would be just for me. For me, it would be fun, right? To, like, talk about those early days, you know, for, like, you know, all of us to get together. I mean, we're all pretty good today, you know what I mean? And I don't have any, like, I have no animosity towards anybody. We've all worked our shit out behind the scenes. But to talk about those early days, it was so innocent. I mean, it really was. I mean, in all honesty, the way the drama community started early on was that we were all just a bunch of fans that were just kind of like taken with this stuff. So when they started reaching out to us, like, I mean, imagine somebody that you follow online for like, you know, you followed them forever or whatever. You're even making videos about them, and all of a sudden it's like you're talking to them on the phone and they have millions of subscribers. It feels surreal, you know? They did a very good job of making us feel special. I don't know that I ever feel, and I will say this, like Jeffree Star, like I said, it felt manipulative. James Charles, Shane Dawson even. Shane Dawson, the lesser of all of them, I would say. He didn't feel as manipulative. Until I found out what he was saying behind the scenes. I mean, he said a lot of shit about me. He said a lot of shit to me about other people behind the scenes. And not just like Trisha. He said a lot of shit about like drama channels, like a lot of shit to other people. I mean, he was constantly playing us against each other. I guess you would call that manipulative, wouldn't you? I guess. But anyway, Trisha Paytas was never that. I mean, Trisha Paytas was just like, oh, I mean, Gabby Hanna, oh my God, kill a beast. That phone call that I had with her, oh my God, I couldn't get off that phone call. But anyway, I mean, Trisha was just always like, she just wanted to talk. She was really nice. She probably was like bored one night and was like, you know, I have nobody else to talk to. I guess I'll talk to Peter. You know, I mean, it was like, it wasn't like, it didn't feel ever like she was trying to gain something out of it. I will say that. She was always, it was very sweet. Okay, you get one merchandise, autographed merchandise item, one additional exclusive merchandise item. Is it just like her kitchen? She just lets you pick out something? Baby, I should have, in retrospect, got a Louis Vuitton purse or something. Early venue entry, crowd-free merchandise shopping, dedicated VIP host for the entire pre-show experience. Okay. And then the next one is $304.30, and it is the Trisha Paytas VIP meet and greet package. And why am I not, it's not showing up. Okay, you get premium seat ticket, pre-show meet and greet with Trisha, pre-show Q&A session with Trisha, one photo with Trisha, one commemorative VIP laminate, one autographed exclusive merchandise item, early venue entry. So really, I mean, beside the private butler and all the merchandise items, oh, you do get a merchandise item. What do you get on here that you don't get on Hang Out with Trisha in her VIP lounge? I mean, she's going to be in there anyway while you're doing the meet and greets. Pre-show, meet and greet, you get that. Pre-show Q&A, you get that. One photo with Trisha, you get that. Access to additional photos. What does that mean? You can't take pictures in the lounge? Oh, it probably means she just stands in a line, right? When you meet her. So for $304, you stand in a line, you meet her, you get a picture and a merchandise item and a laminate. But you just don't get to hang out in the lounge. I just paid the $304, baby. I just paid $304 to get the picture with her. $304 is still a lot. I'm telling you, if Clowes Hall, if she packs them in there, even on the main floor, I don't even know how many seats that is, 1,000? I mean, she's bankrolling on this tour. And she probably will right now. She probably will pack them in. Anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think? I still think that's expensive. I still think that's expensive. So then, the question is... is Peter Monn going to see Trisha Paytas on the 20th of February? Well, here's the thing. I mean, if she wants to make good on her offer and give me a free ticket and put me up in the lounge like she promised in 2018, baby, I'll come meet you all day long, okay? And I will be nice. I won't be a shady bitch. I will get on here and I will be completely fair about the show. I will give a full review and all that kind of stuff, okay? If she wants to put a ticket up there. The thing is that I'm not paying my own money for it, okay? I was willing to pay my own money in 2018. She told me not to, okay? She said, no, I'm going to get tickets for you, and then she goes to the fuck out of me, okay? And that was after many goings back and forth about how we were going to go to restaurants and hang out and all kinds of things, okay? And I ain't mad about it today, but I ain't getting super excited about it. In 2018, I was real excited about it. Today, it's, hey, I wish you the best on your tour, okay? I wish you the best. But it's cold in February in Indianapolis, okay? I'm about 20 minutes from Clowes Hall. That's kind of a long, like, that's a long distance. Plus, you have to park. It's on Butler's campus. Like, I mean, she'll get ushered in. I won't. I'll have to walk through, like, the snow. And I think, like, Thursday, that's a Thursday, I believe. Hold on a second. So, February 20th is, I think it's a Thursday. And what do I have on Thursdays? Found, Matlock, Elsbeth, and Traders is on Thursday. So that's probably a hard no for me. But I hope that everybody that's going to see Trisha on tour has a lot of fun. Let me know how it was. And yeah, if Trisha was, I mean, if she reached out to me, which she won't, she never will. But anyway, if she reached out to me and said it would mean, if she said to me, I watched your video, I'm putting on you on the list, no, I wouldn't go. Okay, I'm nobody's pity party. But if she reached out to me and said, hey, listen, okay, we've had this long-standing relationship on YouTube, whether we get along or we don't get along, it would mean a lot for me to be at your show. I would show up, okay? She don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. It ain't gonna happen. I am paying money, okay, listen, I am paying the money to go see her. I'm just not, okay? I think that you should go see who you want to see. I'm not going to discourage anybody. I will say this. Having known Trisha Paytas and covered her since the inception of my drama channel, I think that Trisha Paytas will put on a good show. Do I think it's worth $720? I mean, I think that if you're a super fan of Trisha Paytas and you followed her for 15 years or whatever, maybe it is worth it to you, okay? If I was a fan like I was in 2018 of Trisha Paytas, I pay the $340, meet her in line, get her picture taken with her, and go see her show, okay? If I was a drama channel that was going to be shitty and shady and go show up for a show and bust the shit out of it and make fun of it on a drama video the next day, I pay my $77. But I'm not going to do that to her, okay? I think that's rude. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, for those of you that are going, I hope that you enjoy the show. I think we should all go and enjoy the things that make us happy and do the things that make us happy. And you know what? Fuck it, everybody's going on tour. Maybe I'm going to go on tour this year. Fuck the album. Fuck the album. Maybe I'm going on tour. Baby, listen, I couldn't book a phone booth, okay? I couldn't book a phone booth, and I sure shit couldn't book a table, okay, at a restaurant, at Denny's. So I don't think we'll be going on tour anytime soon. But for everybody out there, I wish you all the best. Go see Adam McIntyre's show. Go see Trisha Paytas' show. Don't go see Colleen Ballinger's show if she ever comes back. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.